Emerald came out a bit later, after the first two came out obviously, and there are some small noticeable differences in Emerald. For example, the player's clothes has changed, and the animated sprites in battles are actually back. Story-wise, it's roughly the same, however this time you face off with both Team Aqua and Team Magma. Wow, I said Aqua wrong. They both summon the Pokemon that they want, and it turns out that this happened a long time ago when both these Pokemon battled it out and some other Pokemon stopped them. And, well, yeah, we go find that Pokemon and stop them, and that's about it. Something else to note is the change in the champion. Yeah, Stevenson isn't the champion anymore. It's Wallace. Who's Wallace? Well, in the other games, he was the 8th gym leader, and he was a water master. So who's the 8th gym leader now? It's his pupil, Juan, and he also uses water-type Pokemon. Now this really ticks me off having two water-based opponents in the game. In Generation 2, Claire and Lance were a pain, especially because dragon types are just spammers and all-powerful. At least water types are easy to beat, but I really like Steven Stone as champion. The whole steel type deal was awesome. Hey, I just rhymed. Couldn't they have just at least made the 8th gym like a ghost type or something, or even poison type? It's just so bothersome. Or better yet, why couldn't they just give Juan a whole different type of Pokemon to down over? I don't know. Anyways, besides that, the gameplay is pretty much just the same. Along your journey, you do meet a man named Scott, however, and in the end, he invites us to something called the Battle Frontier. What is that? Well, remember the Battle Tower? It's kind of like that. There were 7 battle facilities, each with different rules and a unique way of battling. In the Battle Tower, it's normal battles, and then in the Battle Pike, you have 3 rooms to choose from, and luck has to be with you to get a good room. In the Battle Pyramid, you're inside a 7-story pyramid in pitch black trying to find a way to the next floor. Battling trainers gives you a little more light in the darkness. In the Battle Dome, it's a tourney type thing. In the Battle Palace, your Pokemon battle on their own without any commands. In the Battle Arena, you have 3 rounds to KO your opponent's Pokemon, or the judges will decide a winner. Finally, in the Battle Factory, you rent Pokemon in battle. But don't worry, there is no renting fee. After winning and winning trainers, you finally get to battle the Frontier Brains, which is kind of like gym leaders. There's one for each facility, and if you beat them, you get a symbol, and that's kind of like a gym badge. You can also battle your way up again and get a gold symbol. This was a nice touch for some post-game fun, and it's kind of hard, and it does create a lot of new strategies possible with EVs, IVs, abilities, Pokerusts, and Natures. But again, it's super hard. You can also rematch the gym leaders of Molly thanks to the new match call feature in the Pokénov. All in all, I find Emerald much more enjoyable than the other games, and it's more fun. You can fight Stevenson at the very end, however, and he's kind of like Red, in which you have to sort of find him, and he's more challenging than the champion, but he's much easier than Red. My final thoughts on Generation 3 are simple. It needs work. If this were Generation 2, I'd say it was a great installment, but it's Generation 3. It felt lagging and left behind. I felt like I got a sloppy kiss of a game, and I felt that it was rushed. It looks nice, but it's not as good as Generation 2. The rival is underdeveloped, the plot isn't much better, the new features are great, but the main trainers are kind of lacking as well. The Battle Frontier is actually what saved this generation from being my least favorite. So before I end this part, I want to talk a little bit about the remakes. As of right now, there is no word on remaking this generation, but it's on everybody's minds, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure that they will do it, but here are just some things I want to see in the remakes that will give Generation 3 a whole new meaning for itself. First, I'd like Wally to be in the story a lot more. Have us battle him more frequently and let us see him grow up, kind of like how we saw Silver and Blue grow up. Take out our counterpart as our fake rival thing and give us Wally, because, you know, you're not fooling anyone. Next, keep the Emerald storyline, but change, or rather be more specific as to the team's plans, because I'm still kind of unclear on why they want to rule a world that has no water or that has everything but water. I don't know. Also, one water type trainer, please. I don't mind Wallace being champion if we can keep the post-game Steven battle, and if he has a tougher team, but just take out Juan or add someone new in there, or again keep Juan and make him a trainer over something else. I don't know. Next, I would like Generation 4 upgrades, please. Edit the Pokédex and add some new evolutions. If not, at least make it for the post-game, the National Dex, which I'm pretty sure they'll do, but, whatever. Next, change the music a little. We're on the island, so I'd like to hear something a little more tropical and upbeat for this generation. Also, keep the gym leader rematches. That's awesome. But maybe make it available before you beat the game. I don't know, just something to think over. And add a lot more trainers, please. It can be difficult to level up, especially for the Battle Frontier and all. And it would be nice to have like a ton of trainers on a boat on the way to the Battle Frontier or something to help you level up. not asking for a whole lot, but I do understand that some people might disagree with me and say to leave the game alone or whatever, just make it a simple remake. But you know, this is just me. Well, that's my thoughts on Generation 3. I like it, but after Generation 2, it does feel like a letdown to me. But again, I do like it. Now, as I said before, I did get tired of Pokemon and I got sick of it. I didn't hear much popularity with this generation after it came and went. After I heard about Emerald, though, I did look for a Pokemon game that I can play for myself, since at this point I had yet to play any of the games. So I went to the store. I was kind of puzzled when I saw a poster that said Diamond and Pearl versions coming soon.